hello from Plymouth, Minnesota in our seminary housing. We're supposed to do a video to introduce ourselves. We will be coming up there this next year in kind of a weird situation, but we are the Vandenbos family. I just wanted to introduce ourselves first of all. My name is Patrick. This is my wife.
I'm Anna.
And then this is our oldest child.
I'm Caleb.
And next is Addie. I don't know where everyone else is here.
I'm Adeline.
Oh, that's Addie. And this one right here is?
I'm Josh.
And then we go to?
Evie.
And then what's your name?
Isaac.
Isaac. And then this one right here with the plug on is Axel. So just a little background on us. I grew up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Anna grew up in Morris, Illinois. We met at the Bible school in 2003 to 2005. I was actually just a year later than someone you might know, Ryan Patnode. So him and I went to Bible school together. So we met at Bible school, and then we ended up spending the last 12 years before seminary in Northwood, North Dakota. So pretty close to Fargo there. We got there and went through a tornado together, kind of watched the town rebuild, and then I became a math teacher, and so that's what I did before I got called to seminary. Right now, our kids are going to Heritage Christian Academy, and we're doing that all from home, so that's a unique situation. But one thing that we've really enjoyed about this is now Evie is actually bringing her Bible verses home for us. And so right now, Evie is going through the ABC verses, and it's something that I would encourage all parents to do. Dads, I would certainly encourage you to take part in the spiritual growth of your children as well. And honestly, this is a great opportunity to do it as things are changed. So Evie would like to share her verse with you, and this is going to be the verse that we're going to give you for today. Okay, you ready? Go ahead.
Verse W. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Psalm 56:3.
And what's funny about that is once she learns it and says it, we as a family all learn it and say it. Psalm 56:3. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you.
Psalm
56:3. And then what happens is we get a chance to talk about that as a family and memorize scripture and then talk about it. And so I actually really enjoyed this verse. I actually didn't know he could do this. This is pretty impressive. I actually enjoyed this verse. In my mind, I kind of had this idea that I should never be afraid. We hear these verses, do not be afraid, do not be afraid. I am the Lord your God, do not be afraid. And so in my mind, I think I should never be afraid. And to feel afraid is a sin. And David here in this psalm reminds us that as we go through all these different times and struggles, and we think about getting viruses, as we think about maybe the fear of death, as we think about the fear of change, David says here, do not be afraid, but that times will come where we are afraid. When I am afraid. And then David also says what to do with that fear. When I am afraid, when these times come where I am afraid, and this is really the story of the Bible when God says, do not be afraid, they're already in the situations of fear. They're facing the enemy. What do we do with that fear? When I am afraid, what do?
We
put my trust in you.
Put our trust in the Lord. So this is just the encouragement. If you feel afraid, just to remember to put your trust in the Lord. Can you wait just a second? Put your trust in the Lord. And as we do that, we realize that He is the all-powerful God. He is the good God. And our fear starts to diminish. And as we focus on God, we start to love Him even more. When I am afraid, we are so thankful that we have a God that is bigger than all these problems. We have a God that is the ultimate healer. We have a God that has died and He has rose again so that we can have assurance that when we die as believers, we also will be raised with him and have a body like his. I look forward to ministering with you. I look forward for all of our family to get to know you and all of you to get to know us. And we look forward to our time together. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.